Hello, Buzz's Retirement Garage. Seniors to lose Medicare choices in 10 days. I'll say that again. Seniors to lose Medicare choices in 10 days. What's that all about? So I woke up this morning and I'm looking at my phone and I'm checking on the news and I'm checking on different things, right? And I see this article, this headline, Seniors to lose Medicare choices in 10 days. And I thought, this is from Newsweek. Now, Newsweek, I think when my kids were in school, I got a subscription to Newsweek when I was probably in my 30s. And probably somewhere in my 30s. And I thought it was an okay magazine. And that's what the title of this article was. And of course, once you click it, which I did, so they succeeded in what they were trying to do. I clicked it, and basically it says that March 31st, and I have my little cheat sheet, that's why I'm looking down here. March 31st is the deadline to switch from an Advantage plan back over to regular Medicare or Medigap. You only have 10 days. You know, what a crock of crap. I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little cynical in this video, so if you don't like this from me, you better turn it off now. Look, I'm 64, retired 6 months ago, up to yesterday was 6 months. And being 64, being in our 60s or our 70s, we never had the internet, right, when we were growing up. You know the old stories. We came in, when the street lights came on, that's when we had to come home and be at home. We didn't have anybody to tell us. There was no phones or, none of this crap. So anyway, we didn't have the internet until, I'm thinking that somewhere in my 20s or 30s, I don't remember, but we had something called CleveNet from Cleveland State University. And we grew up just trusting at least for me, as a youngster, we grew up trusting the Walter Cronkites, your local news, which, most of those people were on there, 10, 20 years. Our weatherman here in Cleveland, Dick Goddard, who passed away August 4th of 2020, he was on air for over 30 years, I believe it was. So you tended to trust those type of people and what they say. So CleveNet was Cleveland State University's entry into the internet. And it was more or less just a chat room. It was a green screen, right? The green writing, and I don't know what you computer people probably know. I don't know what the format was, but it was more or less a chat room. So then we went into, check this out. You guys got any of these? Huh? You guys got any of these? Check this out. The all-new 5.0 America Online. Do you remember? Do you remember the dial-up? Do you remember getting these AOL discs like every 2 days? Do you remember all that? Hey, look. I've got 6.0. Look at that. I've got, what's this one? I got 7.0. Holy cow. Is it followed by 8.0? Whoa, damn straight, Skippy, 8.0. I can't believe it. 8.0. Isn't that something? Kids, this is what we had. We had a disc that we would put into our computers, right? Try us now. No commitment. AOL 8.0. I laugh because it's better than crying, right? Yeah, this is what we had growing up, right? So we got on America Online. We had the dial-up. Remember the dial-up? You've got mail. Interesting story about that guy. He's a Clevelander who's actually doing an Uber, driving Uber right now. The guy that says, you've got mail. He didn't get a dime for that. His wife was connected to AOL somehow. Look it up. It's an interesting story. He's an Uber driver in Cleveland, last I heard. Anyway, so this news article, right? Seniors to lose Medicare choices in 10 days. It's nothing more than by March 31st, you have to make your decision whether you want to go from your Advantage plan back to Medicare. Now, if you know anything about this, and I'm not real good with this, once you hit 65, you have the option to stay on Medicare and pick up like a supplemental plan G, N, which are the two most common plans. And then you pick up a dental plan if necessary, and you pick up Part D, which is your medicines, okay? Your prescription plan. With an Advantage plan, you would basically sign up with them at most of the time at zero cost, or if there's some cost, it's very little. And you would get your Part D prescriptions, you would get everything that Medicare would give you. You still have the 175 or 174 and change coming out of your Social Security, if that's the way you have it set up. But you would have no further payments except for deductibles. So Advantage plans have an advantage and a disadvantage. And I'm not going to go into all that here. My rant today is, you know, we had America Online. We got into all these different, now the internet is nuts. It's, in my opinion, there's so much disinformation. And you know, my wife was just saying the other day, I wish they would put dates on some of these articles that we're reading. You know, we'll read something and it's not even dated. We don't know if they wrote it today or if they wrote it 15 years ago. Nothing disappears from the internet. So in our 65 years, or 64 or 70, whatever we are, we have been brought up to trust. And now I'm getting to the point, and it's been going on for years, trust me, and you know this. I can't read something without reading 5 more things to corroborate what I just read. You know, this I call it clickbait article from Newsweek. Come on, I could see some fly-by-night place doing this, but now we're going to get supposedly top name magazines or TVs or whatever, TV shows or whatever, that are going to go and start doing this clickbait stuff for us seniors. Now, I know seniors, and I know one lady, when I was working, she was taken advantage of to the tune of 10 grand. She went on the internet, she clicked on something, they contacted her, and it was a scam, and she was out 10 grand before finally her kids and some relatives basically said, stop it. You're going to lose all your money. But it took until she lost $10,000, which she could not get back. And then she wanted to work every ounce of overtime or every minute of overtime that we had because she had lost so much money, and she was close to retirement. So I'm just disappointed that for us at our age, coming up trusting, for the most part, trusting news, trusting what we read, trusting the people around us, to get to where we are right now. And then I hear people say, what, are you new to the internet? This is what happens. Well, why? Why do we accept it? You know, should I write a letter to Newsweek and say, stop that? You know, this is nuts. Stop it. Don't bait senior citizens. I'm just not a fan of that. And if there's an advocacy group that I could join to help fight this kind of crap that's being done to seniors, I would join in a heartbeat. Anyway, there are some good. When my wife, she's 2 years older than me, when she retired, when she went to Medicare at 65, we had to decide whether we were going to take a supplemental plan or whether we were going to take an Advantage plan. We went with the supplemental, and we went with Plan N, as in Nancy. Okay. Once you're on Medicare, or once you take an Advantage plan, as this article states, you have 1 year, I believe, to go back during open enrollment to go back to Medicare supplements. If after the 1 year you stay on an Advantage plan and then you want to go back for some reason, and the article quoted Marvin Music, who has a channel on YouTube, which I think is very good, and it's called MedicareSchool.com. And I watched a lot of Marvin's videos when we decided to take Medicare Supplement Plan N instead of an Advantage plan. Now, it says in the article that it's about 50-50. 50% take it, 50% stay with Medicare. Once you're on the Advantage plan past 1 year, you have to go through underwriting. So let's say you had some serious issues medically, or your prescriptions, you're taking some kind of crazy thing. I don't know all the details. You need to look at that yourself. But you have to go through underwriting, and there's a chance you may not be able to move off of your Advantage plan. So we just made the decision to stick with Medicare. So we get the 170, I'll round it off, we get the 175 taken out of our Social Security check, right? And then we pay, or she's paying, $90 a month for a plan N as in Nancy supplement plan. So basically the out-of-pocket for a plan N, and again, do your homework on this, your out-of-pocket for plan N is the $240, whatever it is. That's your total deductible for the year. Now on plan N, you pay $20 for doctor visits. Now they do something with charges and this and that, but Ohio, I'm in Ohio, we're not affected by these upcharges that doctors can charge you for office visits. It could be $35 or $40 instead of $20. We're not affected by that. So for us, it works. With an Advantage plan, you're kind of stuck with certain doctors. A lot of them are HMOs. So you can't just go anywhere without prior authorization. And then one of the things that Marvin Music on MedicareSchool.com cautions you about is that you could have, where basically if you're going to have an operation or you're going to have something, they can deny it, or they can't, the pre-authorization can be delayed or denied. Not to scare anybody, I don't know if that's really happened to a great extent, I doubt it. But with Medicare Plan G or Plan N, evidently that doesn't happen. So if you're about ready to retire, dig in, check out these videos, do your homework. As older people, I'm telling you, we can't trust what we hear or say, even from me. You need to double check, triple check, quadruple check all your information. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but you need to do it. This article here, it just floors me that they do this whole, oh my God, seniors to lose Medicare choices in 10 days. I just can't get over that. I just can't. Yeah, I'm new to the internet. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just sad. It's just sad that we've come this far. So as seniors, my parting thoughts are, as seniors, we're going to have to make sure, hey, call me, call your buddy, call your friend who's a senior. Get information. Don't make decisions on your own. Get information from as many sources as you can. Separate the wheat from the chaff, or whatever that saying is, and do the right thing. Don't get sucked up into these stupid articles. Don't get sucked up into losing $10,000 like a coworker did. Be careful, because it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. So that's my thoughts for today. Let me know what you think. Comments, bring them on. Let's talk about it. Bus's Retirement Garage. We'll talk to you again.